Hi friends, it's Beck from Beccarelli's Books. I am here today to just craft with you. I just wanted to make some of my little page edge clusters, and I thought I'd just bring you along. So how I make these little things is I use book page. It's a bit of a theme this week, isn't it? And I just use it single like thickness. It doesn't need to be super thick because we are going to be sticking stuff on it. I'm just folding it so that I can put it in, fit it in this little paper tray. So you can make these as wide as you want. It doesn't actually matter how wide they are. So, but you just need strips. So you can use the ones that you've cut off your pages for when you're making journals. I've used those, but you just need a strip. So how I prepare to do these is I collect all of my scraps and cut them into little pieces like this, about this size, different shapes, different papers, different textures, different images. There are some cutouts like these that I can use. Got some labels, some stamped images, some of these little die cuts, some words, scrapbook paper. I have these little stickers that I can use to decorate. I have some scrapbook paper that I can use, and I can just cut them. They don't need to be trimmed, like you don't need to use a paper trimmer because it doesn't matter if they are perfectly straight or not. I've got some wallpaper. Got some other scrapbook paper. Yeah, so just any little scraps and things. I also have one of these vintage labels I'm just going to chop up. So once you've got your little collection of things, then you want to, if you choose to, you don't have to, obviously, you don't have to do any of this. You can make them any size you want. You can ink them, you can not ink them, it's completely up to you. I like to ink them, it's just how I roll. This is a nice in the front of the telly job if you're not sitting next to someone and driving them bonkers with the scratching. But it's, again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Anyway, so we just do that. And then we just grab some of these pieces and arrange them in different configurations and things on the strip. And once I have filled up all of the bits with just, so I like to have some poking out like tabs, and you can have them going in as well. So once I've got enough that covers it up, then I glue those down. and then we grab the next layer. Pop those on. And then we might have maybe a piece of paper that we might like an image on. I've got these little stamps, they're quite cute. Don't know that they're going to stick. I won't use my block, I'll just use my fingers. I'll just stamp an image that I might like. I don't like that actually because the line of that's gone straight through her face. I think I had some plain paper. There we go. Yeah, that's better. There we go. Got some strips. We could do a strip all the way down. And then if we want to put something like the leaves or something on there, we can do that. Bit interesting. What else have we got? You want to keep going, or are we done? Let's see, how about put a little red label there. There we go. Alrighty. So that's how we make those, and then once that's dry I might run a zigzag stitch straight down the middle, and then I'll show you where you put them in your book. So here's the daisy journal, nearly finished. Put this back on here. Still not attached. So that could go on the edge like that, and then you've got tabs. You could round these edges a little if you wanted to. And here's a sneak peek. Hopefully this flip through will be up soon once I've gotten all these little elements finished up. Alright, so here's a flip out page. So I would put that down there like that, and then that is how you know that you can open it up, and then that will open up like that. So on the back side, if you wanted to, you could stamp or ink the back of all of those pieces, but yeah, that just sticks on like that, and there's your interest on a page like that. I really like them. They're one of my favorite additions to a journal. But yeah, let's make some more. Where are we? Here we go. Alrighty, so I think this time I'm just going to do what I normally do and work on the straight onto the strip, because that's how I normally do it. kind of like a collage that you can go outside the lines on. And just remember, I am going to put a stitch right down the middle, so all of these pieces that don't look like they're glued on very well, they will be fine. Oops. What else have we got? Alrighty, and then I think I'm going to put her on there as well. So I think why I like these page edges is because they use up heaps of scraps. Like if you're making a themed journal and you've got a big collection of bits and pieces left over, you can use them up and put them in the journal. The other thing that I wanted to make, and I can do it with these sort of size pieces, is some cluster pockets. So all you need for my cluster pocket is is just a little whatever size piece you want to use, but it needs to be big enough that one of the smaller little journal cards that I make will fit in there. And of course I don't have one handy, I don't think. Like it could be that, you know, like a little card that big, and then you just attach it. But to make it into a cluster, you just need to find a couple of pieces that you like, pop them together on there just like that, and there is your cluster. And what I would do is stick it all down, and then I will sew around the focal point, and then that becomes a cluster pocket. And I usually put those in my journal on the top of the page. So what that does is balances out the bulk of in your journal, because sometimes you'll know that you get, you know, it's bottom full because all your pockets are starting on the bottom. So it's nice to put something at the top, and the things that I like to put at the top are these little cluster pockets, and the other thing that I like to put at the top are banners. So there's a little cluster pocket, and yeah, and then I'll sew around that. And the other thing is the banners, and I might actually have a banner in here. I haven't really made any for this journal yet. Isn't it funny when you start thinking about all of the different elements of a journal that you could possibly add? It really is just never ending. There really isn't, oh, here we go. I'll show you how I make them anyway. I usually make them out of book page because I have a ton of them. Yeah, I don't have any. Well, that shocks me. Not that I can't just make one. I literally just make one. Alright, so to make what I call a banner is I just take a piece of book page and then I make a banner shape. Pretty simple. And then I would get different shot sizes of banners and lengths and things and just add them like that. Probably ink around them because that's what I do. And then I would get like maybe a piece of fabric or wallpaper or whatever and just make a header for it and then maybe stitch across there and fold that up. So let's stick these down. I'll just stick them to the top part. And just like see what you like on the line on the bottom and how you would like that to look. Yeah, it's like a cluster of banners. Trim that off and then get your whatever you choose to use for your topper. And if you have some kind of decorative scissor, you could pop that across the top for a bit more interest and then just fold that over, glue it down, trim off your ends, and there's your little banner. I would put a stitch across here. I'll probably ink the edges. None of that is necessary. And then I would pick a page and attach it on the page like that. And then you could use that as a tuck. Oops, if that's attached properly. That becomes a tuck spot. You can pop something up under there. And then with the little cluster pocket, you just glue around 3 sides. And then you can pop your ephemera in the side like that. So you see what I mean? Like you would normally put all your pockets along the bottom and then this all starts to bulk up at the bottom but nothing up the top. So that's why I like these little top embellishments. Then obviously you can also use things like paper clips. Use some little dangles that I've made that you can hang on the side or whatever. Yeah, heaps of ideas like that. It's just never ending. So I hope you enjoyed that little video. Kind of went a bit off topic, but we ended up making a couple of side what do you call them, page edger clusters, and then a little cluster pocket and a banner cluster, all the clusters. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you have a great day or night or morning, whatever you're at, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.